it's great to hear people who, I mean, you guys are gig workers yourselves, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jesper is on a hiatus, obviously, because of coronavirus. I actually am a seasonal worker, so I work from like March to November outside, and then I do full-time gig. Like I was out today for 6 hours.
He mows lawns.
No, I don't. Fertilize lawns. Come on.
It's the joke.
Inside joke, yeah. But
so the things that we're talking about, you totally get. I mean, you guys you totally understand it. So that's a great thing. I mean, to be able to talk with someone who from the get understands the challenges that gig workers face and why we create this particular solution. It probably makes perfect sense to you, right?
We can tell you exactly which bathrooms to use in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have you ever kept cups in your cars?
Okay, so let's have a conversation about it.
Right?
Let's get right into it. So I've worked outside for 20 years, okay? I can't go to the bathroom like a gas station if I'm in the middle of, wherever. So I have peed in a Gatorade bottle for 20 years. Like, I mean, if I gotta go, I gotta go. I mean, God bless me with the utility to do that. I'm sorry if you're a woman and you can't do that, but I do that all the time. And everyone thinks I'm just a savage. They're like, you're so gross. I'm like, what am I going to do? I mean, I'm drinking water all day to stay hydrated. I mean, like, I got to pee in a bottle. I mean, it is what it is. If I can go to a gas station, I will, but.
Yeah. It's funny. When we first started Whizz, we were dealing with that exact same thing. Like for me, I always, my wife will be very unhappy that I say this. She's going to be really happy. But, I used to keep a super big gulp in my car, and I know my bladder is super big gulp size, and I shouldn't know those things. That's not a normal thing to know. So
yeah.
So when we first started, we were thinking for people like us, and then as we've grown, people all over the place. I mean, salespeople. I had a couple people with like Crohn's disease who often find themselves when they're traveling just suddenly having to go somewhere and needing that information immediately. I took a trip to San Francisco, and during the pandemic, which is dumb because the whole city shut down, but we wanted to go somewhere. So we get up there and everything is shut down. You can't find the bathroom anywhere.
Wow.
And I wound up introducing myself to a tree. I mean, it's just it's that bad.
Yeah.
And I don't see it getting much better. I mean, I assume, of course, at some point, one of our pharmaceutical companies is going to rescue us from this scourge. But until then, we're going to have to deal with this. And it's not just gig workers, it's FedEx guys, it's sales guys. I had a soccer mom talk to me, email me and say how, thank me for the app and how it helped her find the bathroom for her kid. Her kid was freaking out.
Yeah.
And she managed to get to the bathroom. So it's all sorts of people. They're being impacted by COVID. They're being impacted by the closures. They can, they need to find restrooms.
So the app is just called the Whizz or just Whizz?
Whizz.
Okay.
It's just called Whizz.
And so you created it because of coronavirus and the lockdown, or just is something you've been thinking about?
No. So what happened was my partner who couldn't be here today, we were grabbing lunch and we were just talking about, just stuff, how's life, yada, yada, yada. And he said, hey, I told him I was going into programming. I was changing my profession. I was going into programming. And he says, hey, I got an idea for an app. And he says, we're always trying to find bathrooms. So let's make an app that shows gig workers where to find bathrooms. I was like, hey, I could do that. So boom.
Okay.
Whizz is born. And I couldn't do it at the time, to be honest. I had to figure it out to teach myself React Native. But I taught it and taught myself how to program it. And now it's there. So it's exciting. It's growing, and a lot of people are using it, getting a lot of use out of it.
Go ahead, Jesper.
No, I was just gonna say, talk a little bit about the models to us. How do you guys make money? What's the model behind the app?
Well, I think the biggest. I mean, there are other bathroom apps out there. I mean, if you go on Google Play or on the App Store, there are other bathroom apps. I think what we tried to do was we wanted to partner directly with restaurants. And we wanted the restaurants to welcome people in, because some of the others, hey, you can go in this restaurant, do you have to, but it's uncertain whether or not they're going to be happy that you're there. It's uncertain whether or not you're going to have to do a James Bond entry and exit to the to the place or something. So we want a situation where they welcome you, where you can come in, you show the app, they show you the bathroom, and then they get to pitch to you an ad saying, "Hey, if you come in here, this is what we have to offer for you." So we're trying to set up a situation where it's a win-win, where both parties get what they need and both parties get what they want. Restaurants need customers, and particularly now in the middle of COVID, restaurants need customers. They really need customers, and gig workers need places to go because they're out and everything's shut down. Now, I was reading an article back in, so we're originally going to launch in March of last year. So we're going to launch March 15th. So, and then that weekend is when everything shut down. It's just like, what's happening here? The whole world's shutting down on this. And then we started seeing articles about people peeing in alleys. We're like, okay, so we should do this. So partner with restaurants, trying to meet needs on both sides, I think, is the real answer to this situation. And if we can create happy partnerships with restaurants and happy partnerships with gig workers, we've succeeded in what we're trying to accomplish here.
Okay, so you see it as an extension for the marketing plan. Essentially, it's another marketing arm for the restaurants.
Exactly, it's a great market opportunity for them.
How did that work together with? And this is just my last kind of question for this one here. But how did that work together with the fact that most gig workers who need bathrooms, they're working, right? So what time do they have in that moment to also make a purchase at the restaurant, or do they need to? I mean, is the restaurant worried about selling a drink, or what is it that where is that opportunity there really?
Well, I think most people are going to need to take a break at some time during the day.
Sure.
I mean, you can't be driving from one place to the other all day long without taking a break. So we're all going to need the opportunity to take a break. And for the restaurants, their conversion rate, and right now we're in Wabagur, which is a local chain for about 200 stores here in Los Angeles.
Yep.
So right now the conversion rate is about 40%. So about 40% of the people that come in and use the restrooms, 60% just use the restrooms and go, and they're fine with that because they're getting 40% more traffic, 40% more users in their restaurants. So their business is up. They started off giving us 16. They gave us 16 restaurants back in June, and then it went really well. So they're like, okay, let's give you the rest.
Oh wow!
And now we have 200, and we're Los Angeles, San Diego, and Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. So it went really well, and they're happy. They're great partners. We love them. They're great partners. You guys probably found us through they did a PR release.
Okay.
Because they're really happy with it, and they decided they wanted to help us out. They really are proactive, and they decided they wanted to help us out. So they did a PR release, and that's kind of how you guys probably found us at this point.
I mean, that helps them too, right? Because the more people who use this Whizz, the better the conversion rate is. So
yeah, and it also helps them because they really saw this opportunity to make more money and to serve the community. I mean, it helps the community to know where you can find a bathroom. It definitely helps if people are peeing in alleys. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's not what you need. You don't need that. You need people to be able to find a facility and use it, and hopefully support local businesses. I mean, that's really important that we support our local businesses.
Right.
So as a user of the app, can I? So I downloaded the app. And then I tried to do stuff in Grand Rapids and it wasn't working. No. So if you're living in your area, can someone like me be like, oh man, this bathroom's really great at this Shell gas station. Can I add that to that app and say this is a nice clean bathroom? It's open 24 hours, those kind of things?
Well, what you can do is we have a section where you can send us an email and then we'll add it. So yeah, you can totally. I haven't built in the functionality yet of you being able to add it yourself.
Okay.
Part of it is that we initially wanted that design, but with COVID being what it is, we actually go around to places and find places and go in and check out the bathroom. So my partner and I are going out and doing that ourselves. and because we want to be able to verify, yes, you can get to this bathroom. Yes, we don't want to send people somewhere and they're at the end of the rope and it's locked. That happened to me. That happened to me one other time, and I was pissed, because you're in trouble. You get into things. So we have personally, if you go to Los Angeles, unfortunately we haven't been able to personally go to Grand Rapids and do that. But if you come to Los Angeles and you see the Los Angeles map, every single one of those are places where we know it's open because we went there ourselves. So we went there ourselves. We made sure it was open, make sure it was accessible. Whether they wanted to partner with us or not is irrelevant. We just want to definitely make sure we provide that service.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up, because you just don't want some Joe Blow in the bathroom. And I thought, well, as you were telling me that you check them, yourself, it would be kind of cool to maybe have an ambassador in each city. So it'd be like, this is our guy. Like, hey, this bathroom got submitted. Hey, Jason, go run over here, check it out, see what's going on, what they're doing.
I think I'll disappoint you guys.
I'd love to do it. LA. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a couple bathrooms in downtown GR where, like, this is the best. Like, one of them is there's a brand called, well, I'm sure you've heard of Shell, but they have a market called Johnny's. So it's only if it's a Johnny's, they, for whatever reason, put extra effort into cleaning their bathrooms and making them clean. I mean, it's like the cleanest bathroom in Grand Rapids, and every gig worker goes there, like, especially in the middle of the night. Like, they're open 24 hours. You can expect a clean bathroom and a clean floor and a clean store.
I believe all the Shells is a franchise, and the local franchise here of the Shells, they have the Johnnies, and they just do a really good job at it. So yeah.
And what's crazy though,
please refer them to us. We would love to put them on. And you know what we're doing right now is we're putting on people, if they're out of market, we'll put them on for free. We'll put them on for free just to serve the people in the market. Once we get get a decent user base and we can talk money. But we'll put them on for free right now, no problem.
Right.
So if one of them gets in contact with us, or somebody there, please have them contact us. We would love to be there. Same thing with any restaurant there. We would love to be there.
So that brings up another question, right? Because so you're saying you're primarily in restaurants, right? Yes. But Johnny's is a convenience store, obviously, because it's a Shell tank and a Shell gas station, right? Sure. And then particularly here in Grand Rapids, I think more often than not, I see a lot of signs. If you're talking about small local mom and pop restaurants, there's a lot of signs that says restrooms are not to be used unless it's for patrons, right? If you're not using our restaurant, do not come in.
Yeah.
So obviously, I can imagine that that's going to be an obstacle for you guys to sell that, right? Because they want to use it, but if your restaurant chain has a 40% conversion rate, that means that we're going to have 6, we're going to have 10 clients come through the door, 6 of them it's going to walk right back out. And the people at the restaurants who don't want that, obviously, they're not going to be interested then in being listed on the app. Sure. Now, that being said, though, there's a lot of 24-hour, convenience stores, Maya markets, grocery stores, all that stuff. Is that something too that could be interesting to be listed there? I mean, they all have great bathrooms, and particularly here in the West, at least.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, we're definitely will put in gas stations. We'll put in anything that makes sense. So we're not exclusive. Restaurants were an obvious choice. And, fast food chains, because they're dispersed, they're everywhere. And gas stations, quite frankly, are an obvious choice. So we're actually in early negotiations with a gas station chain out here in LA. So it's definitely something that we'd be interested in. And, when we talk to, there's some restaurants that say absolutely not, don't even think about it. But most of them are at least interested in, and that was recently, Starbucks. You remember Starbucks had the brouhaha in Philadelphia about the bathrooms?
Yeah.
And they said, okay, anybody can use the bathrooms. We're no longer going to worry about it. What happened was that they actually made more money as a result of that.
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's one thing when we talk to mom and pops, and we definitely want mom and pops, because again, we really want to support local businesses. We want local businesses to do well. So we definitely are in the mom and pop business, no question about it. And that's what we tell them. When you're generous, people become generous with you. When you're
Right.
generous with them, they become generous with you. I'll be willing to spend $5 if I can come in and my eyeballs are floating and you can help me out. It's $5 well spent as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
And if I get something else that I want out of it, it's a win-win, and that's what we're trying to create.
Right.
Yeah, I think even the 6 that don't use the service, if you're providing a clean bathroom and it's like a good experience, they're probably going to convert later on. They may not convert at the time, but they'd be like, you know what, this place has really done a good job. Let's go, you're talking to your wife and you're like, oh, let's go out for dinner this week. I'm like, oh, that place I go to the bathroom, we should try there.
Yeah. And what we've also found is that there are people who go just because Wabagro offers a discount. There are people who just go just for the discount.
Okay.
All right, I can go here and we can save 20% off of this meal. Let's go here.
Yeah.
So there have been a bunch of people who have commented. We receive a lot of comments from our users, and they'll tell us all the time that we don't care about the bathroom. We go for the discount. And that also makes, Waba's happy.
Yeah.
As long as they're happy, we're happy. So we that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I think it's good. Definitely the restaurants are good during the open times, but before the pandemic happened, I would work late nights. So, those restaurants are pretty much closed 9 or 10, and then 2 a.m, you don't really have a lot of choice for using the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, in that case, you're right. Then gas stations are definitely, and you go in there, hit the head real fast, and then grab a soda, so you have to go back out and do it again later on.
Soda, coffee,
cycle, but it's important. Yeah, so that's just why they have those convenience stores attached to the gas stations anyways. You come in and you take care of your business, and then you more likely they're going to convert you. And that's the reason why McDonald's sells $1 big cups of soda.
Yeah,
right. They're going to get you on something else. They know it. So it's just smart.
So right now you guys are in LA, right?
Yes.
You're in those 3 areas. How many users do you guys have right now, active users?
We have a little over 1,000. So we are actively, we're trying to recruit. We were initially trying to recruit pretty slowly because we wanted to, kind of make sure everything works properly.
Yep.
If you grow too fast and you wind up crashing your system. So we wanted to make sure that we provided a good user experience to our people. So, but after the press release went out, things have just exploded. So we've grown a little over 200%. So we're growing fast, and I think the next thing we really need to do is to land another company here in Los Angeles that's maybe nationwide, like a Pandora, a Chipotle, or one of those guys. If we can land one of those guys, then we can expand beyond Los Angeles, get them to the Bay Area, get the Grand Rapids, and we can get around a little bit more and grow a user base. So that's our next objective, is to land another mid-major.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, if you ever, I like the ambassador idea. It's if you ever need some help with that, you'd let us know. You know where you can find us.
Absolutely. Consider yourselves hired.
Volunteer.
You're our ambassadors.
Volunteer. There you go.
Yeah.
Volunteer. Yes.
So what is your end goal from this app? Because obviously you want to make money. Is this something that you're doing like your full-time gig, or is this kind of a side project for you and your partner?
It was initially side. I was working for Amazon.
Okay.
So I'm a flexer, and my partner actually works full time for Amazon. So we're both partly Amazon affiliated, if you will. So I'm at this point, I'm full time. I've come on full time. We started making money, and if they go to our business website, which you can find off of our driver website, we're offering an introductory special right now. Is $69 per store, which amounts to about $2 a day for advertising, which is really cheap. I mean, $2 a day for advertising is really inexpensive. So you just basically need one person to show up per day to make your money back. So that's what we're doing now. We're offering 2 months for free. And like I said, if we're in a neighborhood or an area where we don't have a user base, we're not charging for that. You're our friends. We're going to love you and take care of you, and you get to be our anchor, and we'll take care of our anchors. We'll take care of our partners. So,
if you ever want to come to Grand Rapids, one company to look into is Mary Charge Hospitality Group. They own all the local Wendy's, and I think they have more than 600 Wendy's.
What's the name of it again?
Mary Charge Hospitality Group.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying either. He's Danish. We'll email it to you. I think it's Mary Charge or something. I don't know.
Mary Charge. Mary Charge. Yeah, we'll email it to you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
But yeah, no, I love interviewing guys like you because Jesper and I both have this entrepreneur brain. So like my juices get flowing. Like, how could we make this app better? Like, you know what I mean? We've had a couple of interviews where we're like giving him tips. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. So whatever you need from us in the future, we'd love to promote you. So this interview will go on for our Patreon because we have a small Patreon group, and then we put it out to the public. So I will give you all those dates on all those when it finally gets released, probably at the end of December.
Yeah, and you know what? Thank you so much. I mean, I've never been on a podcast before.
Oh, okay.
I was pretty freaked out initially.
Oh, were you?
Oh, it's very calm.
And then the link wasn't working. I'm like, holy crap, what did I just do?
Yeah, no. Yeah, you should definitely, if you want to grow, look up some podcasts that they're always podcasts are always looking for guests. So I can think actually, were you so UberLiftDrivers.com is where I found your app, and he actually has a podcast too. So I will send you his link or his information. It's called The Rodeo. He's out of Denver. I can't remember. Actually, I'm talking to him on Friday. We were kind of working together, and then he decided to start his own podcast. So not that we're competing or anything, but yeah, that'd be a good one to get on too. He's got bigger numbers than us. So,
and then there's also several big like gig economy worker like influencers. I mean, Dave the Uber Slave comes up, and he's in LA. So these are people for you to work with, to talk to as well, to get a bigger reach into your users, right? So this would be how you get more users. Whether or not they can give you contacts to companies that I don't know, but we'll have to.
And the rideshare guy, he's probably the original podcaster for the
I know him. I think I've seen him on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
YouTube.
I mean, his podcast is kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we're more infotainment. Like we tease each other, we have fun, but we also talk about serious things and how to be better at doing things and stuff. But he's a good guy he's a nice guy. There's nothing against him, but he'd be a good guy to contact too. So
okay. Well, you know what? Thank you so much. I will definitely take that. Do you guys, are you going to send me a copy of the interview?
Yeah. So like I said, it's going to go private to the people that pay us every month because they like our content. And then after that, I'm going to release it to the public, and then I'll just email you a link to it. It'll be easy peasy. So probably by the sometime in the middle of December, it'll come out to the public, and then I'll email it to you. Okay.
Yeah, I would like because this part I assume isn't going to be in the release though.
Actually, I do. No, I do edit the video too, and I put it up on YouTube as well.
Oh, this part too.
Yeah, unless you don't want to, it doesn't matter to me.
No, I know. I just wanted to make sure I have access to, because I think you're giving me good feedback, and I can't write it all down right now.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Actually, I'll send you this video like tonight. I can do that unedited if you want to play it back or whatever. So that's totally
I just
fine.
want to kind of go back and because you give me good suggestions. Well, I can't really write them down right now.
I get it.
With you. Yeah. So we would definitely love any more suggestions.
Okay.
And, I'll stay in touch as we grow, and particularly if we push it when we push into Grand Rapids. I'll make sure I come back.
Well, the gig economy is not going anywner, so it's only going to go up. Go ahead. Yes,
and honestly, you're going to want to hit the Detroit market first, and we have a pretty big listener area in Detroit as well. So that's our reach there is pretty big as well. So.
Our second reach is California. So it's Michigan, then California, then I think Florida and Texas, something like that. But
all right.
So
Well, excellent. I mean, I've loved this. I really enjoyed this.
All right,
this
Robert.
is a lot of fun. I can say I can say I'm living my best life right now.
Awesome.
I'm
Even through
programming, which I
COVID.
love. What's that?
I said even through COVID. That's a good thing to say.
I'm programming. I love programming. I'm
All
a big old geek, so I'm loving that. And I get to do some cool stuff. So I'm really enjoying this. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to talk with me and reach out to us about the app. So anything you need, going forward, if you need information, I'm your guy. Give me a call.
All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Robert.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Sounds good, Robert.
Thanks, guys.
All
Have
right.
a nice evening. I'll
Bye.
see you all. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.